Hello everybody and welcome to this Hoosier Sports Night Update. I'm your host Casey Richards, and joining me today to discuss some Indiana football are Brandon Walker-Roby, a former wide receiver on the football team, and Ben Heisler, the sports director at WIUX Student Radio. Guys, thanks for coming and taking the time out today.
That's good to be here.
Definitely.
The 2009 Indiana football season is quickly approaching, with the Hoosiers set to face Eastern Kentucky on September 3rd at Memorial Stadium. A key to putting last year's dismal 3-9 campaign behind them will be the emergence of leadership on the team, something quarterback Ben Chappell talked about over the summer at the Big Ten Media Day.
The summer's been great. We've had, I think, more guys in Bloomington this summer than since I've been here. And the position that I'm in now is able to lead a little bit more, and just get out there and be in the front and show guys how to work hard.
All right, well, Brandon, you spent some years playing with Ben. Just talk about what type of leader he is and what he'll do for the team this year.
Ben Chappell, overall, he's a good guy. He's one of those guys on the team, you look at him, he's always smiling, always bringing joy to the locker room. But I feel like this year, he's in that role where he really needs to be more vocal than he's ever been. I can remember one time in the locker room against Northwestern, the homecoming game, he was really vocal with the O-linemen, and we really came out strong, which was probably the highlight of our year, beating Northwestern last year. So I feel like he really just needs to be vocal like he was that day, and I feel like the team will really feed off of him this year.
No, I think that's a great point, because it's a guy like Ben Chappell that can really rally a team together. He knows the system. He's really been in sort of the good area for Coach Lynch over the last couple of years, and it's going to be big for him now that he's the guy, because we saw last year the dual quarterback system wasn't as effective the way that Coach Lynch and the rest of the coaching staff wanted it to be. So you had that dual quarterback system. That's not going to be the case anymore. He's the guy, and really, Brent, he's got the arm and he's got the smarts to be a very good quarterback in the Big Ten, but I think the keys for him to pick up his reaction time a little bit. A couple times he had some of those costly interceptions when he didn't make those reads late in the ball game, and playmaking ability. Obviously, he has the tools. Whether or not he can find the receivers downfield in a quick enough time to get the guys deep and down the field, that's going to be the big difference for him.
Definitely.
Well, staying with the offense a little bit, after relying on the big play potential of Marcus Thigpen last season, the Hoosiers will look to establish a more consistent running game in 2009. The offense has employed a new pistol formation, something that Bill Lynch hopes will help improve the attack dramatically.
Running the ball fits what we can do up front, too. I think our offensive line it's gotten bigger and stronger, and we're trying to run the ball more, and we're trying to run more power football. That's what it comes down to.
He wanted us to start getting downhill. He said he just got tired of the running side to side, and we're going to balance it out.
So, Ben, you were around the team during spring practice and stuff. What did you see in the pistol formation, and do you think it will help with the running game this season?
I think anytime you have different formations, guys, I think it's going to open up the offense, and I think that's going to be a big contributor for the Hoosiers' success this year. As far as running the ball, the big key, obviously, if you have the running backs and they're able to go downfield and really use the blocking to their advantage, that's going to open up the playbook for play action, really draw those safeties in, and that's going to be a big key for them. Now, you got four guys really competing for the starting running back job. You got Brian Payton, Demetrius McCray, Trey Burgess, Demetrius Wills, four guys, but who's going to step up and really be that playmaker? Now, as far as the offensive line goes, I think the big key for them is they just need to stay healthy. It was musical chairs all over the place last year, guys moving over from guard to tackle, back to center, and really health was a big concern for this team. So if they have some consistency, they have the ability to step up and open up those gaps, because Coach Lynch just said it. It's going to be a downhill, powerful running back style this year.
Yeah, I honestly feel the key for this running back core this year is going to be to get running backs experience. Last year, you guys, the running backs that we really had this year really combined for close to 630 yards. The main guy was Marcus Thigpen. So this year, it's going to be Brian Payton, Demetrius McCray, Trey Burgess, and Darius Willis and Zach Davis-Walker are kind of coming off an injury right now. So Brian Payton's sort of going to be that guy. Demetrius McCray, he was sort of the guy back in 2007, right. Had a pretty good game against Iowa back then, and ever since then, he's been on and off of injury. So getting him back in the flow is really going to be key for this team. And then getting the big guy, Trey Burgess, a couple touches here and there is going to be key. So get these guys, who haven't played much into the game, and kind of get them used back to the flow of, college football, taking the hits and everything, because it's a lot different than in practice. So getting these guys some carries is going to be really key for the guys this year.
And not just the offensive line guys, but also with the running backs, if they can stay healthy as well. You have so many different threats that you can use in different places. That'll help to their advantage as well.
Well, and I think the whole team as well. It's been well documented how many injuries there were last year, and you don't want to use excuses,
right.
But, there was a point where the entire starting secondary was out with injuries, so hopefully that's something the Hoosiers can stay healthy this season.